Hey Zoomers, welcome back to World Zoom. Always appreciate you guys. Big jump in the subscribers with yesterday's video talking about just overall pricing in the Philippines. So thanks for the number of views, thanks for the comments, and thanks for the subscribers. I appreciate that. Again, a lot of questions. Whenever I talk about Dumaguete, which of course is my old stomping grounds, I always get, it stirs up a lot of conversation. A lot of people talking about, oh, well, if you think this one's a good deal, you should check this one out. Or even my friend Ian in Canada now and his girl Marie, who's a Filipina, they even had good ideas of a place that they stay as well. And so when I get those comments, a lot of those questions, it's just really, it's fun to do Duma, right? It's fun to do Valencia, Sibulan, Darwin, any of those areas. So I'll spin off on that because I think, three really reasonable places that you have been asking about. And then some side 3 or 4 too, depending on what your budget is. So I'm going to go all the way up to about $450 a month at the top end, down to about less than $200 at the lower end. So the first one's in Valencia. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and I've got, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 maybe even photos of this one. So it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 24,000 pesos. It's in Dolce Vita, so if you know where that is, this is right in there. The contact lady is Anna Chafer, Chafer. You can find it on, or at least she has a listing, as I understand, on Facebook Marketplace. So if you are interested in this property, I like it. It has a pool. It's up enough to be cooler. It's furnished and it has Wi-Fi, and you can see it's really nice inside and out. And at 24K. I just don't think you can go wrong with something like that. Now, every time you look on any one of these sites, they're going to say the most ridiculous thing. And I just want to put this in your mind over and over and over again. They always say, give a 2-month deposit. There's very few places in Philippines that are going to hold you to a 2-month deposit. And I want to say never, 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 don't. Whatever you give in your deposit, plan on losing in the Philippines. I'm sorry. It's just, unless you happen to get someone that budgets their money well, or maybe a foreigner type of landlord situation. But if whatever you give in your deposit, plan on them finding reasons not to give it back. And so you definitely don't want to do 2 months. And you know what? With all these hundreds of properties that are sitting there, they're not going to make you give a 2-month deposit. So scratch that one off. Offer the 1-month deposit, put your first month down, and you're going to walk in there way under $1,000. In some cases, $500-$600. Don't be throwing $1,000 for someone that you're planning for them to keep for you for a year and then ask for it at the end. It's not going to happen. They won't have it. So don't do that. Absolutely don't do that. House number 2 or condo number 2 is in Marina Spatial Condo. I've sort of always been hit and miss. Here's some photos of Marina as well for you to judge. I suppose the thing that's the oddest to me is the fact that they can get 2 bedrooms in 30 square meters. This one happens to be a 1-1, so you do get the bedroom, and it's $16,000. So you're really down on the price, the $300 range. Right across from Silamon Beach, right beside Silamon University. You can walk to anything. I mean, you literally just cross the street and you're right in it. If you come south just a little bit, you're right at all the coffee shops and the boulevard and the downtown areas and anything you want to go. So if you want a house, that's one thing. If you just want a condo, or if you want to travel around Negros Oriental or anywhere else, or you want to take a ferry somewhere and there it is, locked, decent security, you're just going to come back and see it from whatever time and you got $300 a month in it, it's a perfect jumping off spot to be able to have those. Just know the inside living area isn't the good thing with spatial. The pool's nice. Basketball court is really nice. Pickleball is nice. Across from the beach, although there's a lot better beaches, it still is a beach, and it is one of the areas where you see a lot of Filipinos swim. Just a little bit to the north is all those restaurants just right in a row. It's just a hot spot and a good area. So if you're down at the 16,000, you just want a simple condo that you come in and it's furnished and ready to go. There you are at Spacia. A good place, a good place. The last one I'll talk about, besides a couple homes that I'll just mention on the side. Stella Gruett. Stella Gruett, Gruet, is the realtor for Marina Spatial Condo. So again, look on Facebook Marketplace, but I've seen both of these listed in other places as well. So if you look at Dot and some of the others, you're going to come across these. Go in there and just throw in 25,000 pesos, and you'll be able to see all the condos and all the single family homes that are there. So now you're already in the 450 or less range. You can put in whatever budget you want for that matter. But I'm just saying, if you want economical, you want safe, you want some decent square footage, then Dumaguete's not a bad place for you to be. Cibalon, I don't know if you know where that is. If you go a little bit north, like a little bit past the airport, and then back towards the ocean, right? So you cut around. I'm sure there's a way in. I don't know that way to get in from the back side. You know there's got to be one. I never found it. It always cut me over, coming towards the airport. But if you go past the airport just a little bit, like you're going towards Tanhai in that direction to the north, and then back to the right, if you're coming from Dumaguete proper, you'll get into Cibalon pretty fast. There's the boat dock and ramp that's right there. I like the houses that are back in there. They're sort of hit and miss. It's mostly Filipino areas. There are some foreigners. One of the things you get really nice there, pretty nice beach or proximity to the beaches, decent square meters or square feet for you to spread out in. There's a bit of security type of issues. So most of the houses and things you're going to see in Cibalon are all barred up, right? The front door, the windows. Don't see a lot of crime there. Haven't heard of a lot of crime there, but it is the Philippines, right? And so the crimes are seldom, if ever, against you, but certainly if you happen to be outside of the house, you're a foreigner and you're there, those homes can be easy pickings, but you just don't hear that very much, or I haven't heard that very much. So this one's right beside the water, 3-3, so it's 3 bedrooms and 3 baths, completely furnished, nearly 200 square meters. The lady's name is Jan, with 2 N's, Jann, Lee. Again, you can find it on Facebook Marketplace. But these are all properties that you can get for well under $450, in some cases $300. Check on the marketplace also, because in back-to-back listings, they have a home in Dumaguete City, a two bed, 2 bath for 8,000 pesos. Now you're talking well less than $200 a month for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath that's furnished. I mean, yeah, and it's pretty nice. It has a gate in front of it too, so you get a bit of security. You're just not going to have any trouble living with the Filipinos in Dumaguete City. Right below it, there's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath for 10,000 pesos. Right below it, there's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath for 12. They're all within, like 3 blocks of one another. If you see where like Bud Brown, who's a great guy, by the way, love to see that he came back and is back in his old house even in Duma, is just an awesome thing. But think that kind of lifestyle, that kind of living where you sort of find your way. But once you find it for the first time, you're always going to know where it is. And most of the people, if you happen to be getting a grab or those things, you'll just find a way to be able to communicate with them where it is, the left or the right, by a convenience store or restaurant or a business or someone's home that they know. These aren't any trouble to find once you find them a couple times. And they're a little bit off the off-beaten path, but you're only a block or so from a main road that's especially going east and west, and there's several that that are going north and south as well. So Dumaguete is still a hot spot. There's lots and lots of pluses with Duma. There are a few negatives with Duma as well, but if you have your heart set on coming there, here's some places where you can roll in. Look at yesterday's video about finding an Airbnb or even a hotel to set up shop for 4-7 days while you search these places out, and then you hop in with a month's deposit, and your first month, a lot of them have the Wi-Fi, they're fully furnished. You're just coming into a property for $600-700, and you can negotiate what you negotiate for the length of time you want to be there. So anyway, thanks for asking me about Duma and some of the places that are available. Give me some feedback on if you want me to do some more of those. Anytime I've done Cebu or Iloilo or Dumaguete, obviously, I've gotten some great responses about particular, not necessarily a global view of homes that are available in a certain area, but when I drill down and say, here are 3 or 4 or 5 available to you, and here's the prices, here's the contact, here's how to get this done, those seem to be really popular. So anyway, from World Zoom, I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.